I just wondered if you could talk a little bit about your experiences of early life and what made a deep impression on you and how that's played out in your life.
I think my story is slightly different from Obama's. But let me say that I grew up in Ghana at a very exciting time. It was a time when we were struggling for independence. I was in my teens when we got our independence in 1957, the first African country to become independent. And by the way, 3 days, 4 days ago, we were also the first African country ever to win the Under-20 World Soccer Championship. I felt sorry for the Brazilian boys when I saw them crying. But let me say that it was really exciting to see the changes taking place, electricity in the air, and growing up in an environment where the struggle began. It was not violent. And suddenly, this great thing everybody wanted, independence, was achieved. And you grow up believing that change is possible. Even dramatic changes are possible. And so you go through life with considerable optimism, almost feeling nothing is impossible. You can't bring about change. Because suddenly, the governor was gone. The police commissioner was not English. The head of the army was not English. The top civil, and the head of the government is Ghanaian. So you go through this really with a sense of possibility, a sense of change, and dynamism, which carries you through this. And so in fact, when I went to the States with this experience, where they were also going through the civil rights movement, and you look back and compared what had happened. I had come from a society where I was not in minority, and we were also able to get our independence. In the US, the black man was in minority. They were struggling to be free. They were struggling to assert their civil rights. And so all that process was almost like continuation of what I had gone through. And I had very interesting discussions with my American friends, both white and black. I felt secure, confident. I was an African. I knew who I was, where I had come from. And if people felt insecure with me, it was their problem. It didn't bother me. You know, and later on you sort of pick up what Mrs. Roosevelt, Eleanor Roosevelt said, that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And that consent I never gave.